They really trip me up. Okay. It's recording now. All right. Don't worry. I know more about Lovable than I do Google. Okay. So this is my Lovable dashboard. It shows, like I said, some of the projects that I've been working on in Lovable. Between the two platforms that I just mentioned, Lovable and Replit, I would recommend Lovable every single day. So don't mess around with Replit is my recommendation. A lot of engineers in particular are really enjoying Claude Code and Codex. The thing with those platforms, though, is you need to set up your own hosting infrastructure, generally speaking, and like storage and stuff, which is a pain. Like if you're an engineer, it's not a big deal. Like you might not bother with it, but you have to like manage billing for all of those, consumption. It's really annoying. Okay, Tomas, well, you're technical, so that makes sense. And that's great. Like you should use whatever you want to do it. The great thing with Lovable though, is you can integrate it directly with GitHub, which is what this little kitty icon is. And basically that means that you can export your code and put it anywhere. So my plan for my project is to export it to Vercel, which is, a pretty easy hosting platform to work with. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the preview of my app looks really weird within the Lovable dashboard, which is what this is. But if you open it into a new window, it looks normal. So anyways, the app's not broken. It just looks weird in here. So like as you work with it, like you can get very frustrated because things don't always look the way that they're supposed to look, but sometimes it's just quirks of the software that you have to kind of deal with. But one of the nice things about Lovable is they have built a really nice, you know what, I'm going to log. I'm going to log out because for whatever reason, let's see, templates. Okay, I can't see the templates. So they have like a really nice templates gallery. So this means that you don't have to start from zero. And there's like a lot of ideas that have already been put forward that you could work with. So like we have an architect portfolio website, a blog, photographer portfolio, personal portfolio, nothing complicated like an app. So we could start with a portfolio if there's one that you like, Terry, or we could start from scratch.
Yeah, I actually really like the look of like a fashion blog one down there. I think because it was a bit more like
this Voyager.
No, the Vespa one I thought was kind of
okay.
I know it's a blog, cool. But I wonder if we could like play with it because I like the illustration style of it.
Sure. All right. Use templates. Remix of fashion blog. So yeah, basically if you create a new project and you want to share it with the community so that they can remix it, you can just set that as a setting. I'm not sure about this include project history. Sure. What do we'll say? Terry's test portfolio. And then I should be able to just send this to you afterwards. And you should be able to remix it yourself. I think. I've never done this before. Okay, so. Wow, so it already set up all. Okay, interesting. So it is including all of the project history. When I clicked that, that's what that meant. So this tells me what the person who created this asked for, all of this project history. So this gives you context about like what they asked for. So if I were using this, I would go through this and read it and see if one of these decisions, didn't resonate or make sense to you. That's where I would start. But we can, skip ahead and say, just looking at this, what kind of changes would you want to see to make this, better or more personal to you?
It's really neat. Does Lovable let you choose your tech stack? Like, could you say I want this built in React, or using so and so database, or does it let you choose? Is it always Next.js?
I'm pretty sure it's always React, and that they use Supabase for their database.
Okay.
But you can also integrate with Cloudflare for a CDN if you want to. And you can't you can't build a native mobile app with Lovable, unfortunately, but you can build a progressive web app, which is basically a mobile first experience. And honestly, I think that that's what everyone should be doing, unless there's a really strong reason to have a native app personally, because they're way easier to maintain. But yeah, it's very, very flexible. And it's a really good time to be learning Lovable because they recently raised a lot of money and they're trying to get people to use it. So they're giving away a lot of free credits, specifically on Sunday, on International Women's Day. Basically, I think they're giving away 250 free credits to anyone that builds that day, which is a lot. And that's sponsored by Anthropic, who also just raised a lot of money. So now's a good time to experiment.
What does that mean when they're giving you credits? Do the credits give you access to certain templates or tools, or?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So let me show you. So I have a pro plan. When you sign up, I think you get like 5 or 10 free credits, and that lets you go through, a cycle of building. And one message equals 1 credit. And you can do 2 actions with your messages. One is plan, and one is just you tell it to do something or answer a question. If you're building a new feature or just starting from scratch, you always want to do plan, because this tells it to think and not just do something. Okay, my husband is an engineer and he helped me really learn how to work with it when I was getting frustrated. And the way that he told me to think about it is that you are working with the smartest, most capable, most well-resourced individual in the world that is also functionally the R word. Because it needs so much steering. I don't know if that makes any sense. So you need to direct it, is my point. And having it plan its work is a really good way to make sure it doesn't go off the rails. Before I, learned to work that way with it, I experienced issues specifically with Replit where it just went crazy and hallucinated and would waste a lot of time creating new features and then bugs, and I wouldn't discover them until later. And then it basically handicapped everything I was doing and made me want to just abandon the project completely. So it's really, really important to manage your conversations with it, as well as your expectations and what success looks like, if that makes, and giving it reference and context. So when you're getting started, if there is, a list of websites that you want it to use for inspiration for the design, you can do that. If you have screenshots of images of whatever, from magazines that you want it to use for inspiration, you can, upload it via this. You can create like a knowledge base for it. You can do a lot of different things. It's very, very powerful. To answer your question, Jared, about infrastructure though, I'm going to enable this. So I'll show you. It's basically going to build a little database. You know what? I'm going to show you in my own because I don't know what that's going to do. But I have, basically, I'm using Lovable Cloud and it sets up the infrastructure on my behalf and I don't have to worry about managing it at all. So this is my database. And
It looks like they're giving you visibility into Supabase from within Lovable.
exactly. So I don't have to ever go to Supabase, but I can if I want to migrate off of Lovable at any time, which is really cool.
Okay.
I
mean,
I've never
Lovable has full control. Like it can take action. Like it'll create those edge functions. It'll set up the store. It'll do all that for you.
Does it all, and it's all based on my chats. It's all based on me saying I want this to happen, and I don't even have to say it needs to be an edge function. Obviously, I don't know. I say this is what needs to happen, but I will tell you, it will always, always, always do the laziest, most generic, and boring implementation possible. So if you don't steer it towards doing something original and innovative, it won't. So it's on you to do that.
Okay.
And I would, just challenge its recommendations, because it might also say like, oh, well, the best way to do this is to use the Lovable Gemini API, and that's going to cost a lot of money. Whereas like there's probably like some kind of free integration or, free way of doing the things. So you have to like challenge it to not do something expensive or dumb. So you really have to think of it as a person, like basically an intern that has like amazing quantitative abilities. Okay, so let's go back to let's go back. Where were we? Let's go back to this project. Okay, I need to allow this. All right, so it looks like she has the newsletter sign up. There's a blog. And then a contact bar. Okay, what changes should we make? Could be colors, fonts, content, adding a new page, adding a new feature, tool, adding a fitness tracker.
How good is it at creating like custom like graphics and branding?
It's surprisingly really good, actually. But you do have to steer it. And something that has worked for me is to have it create one version. I give it feedback, and then I typically will, like, along with the feedback, I'll give it references for what I would like better, if that makes sense. But for one app that I just built, it did, let me show you. Well, it did all of this branding from scratch. I didn't do any of it like with a different tool. So it's not bad. And I did not do much. I guess I did actually. This was a while ago. Yeah, I didn't work on this very much, so it could have been pushed a lot further. Any ideas?
I don't know if it's like super top line, but I would kind of want to see what happens. Like when you say vibe coding, I want to say make it more tropical, or like,
Sure.
or like the inspiration is I don't know, lush jungle or something, just to see. And I imagine it will probably throw up something surprising, but to be able to change everything quite quickly is kind of exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm thinking about how I would articulate this. So like as I'm writing, feel free to jump in and maybe I'll say it out loud what I'm thinking. But like the purpose of this website is to display the portfolio of Terry, who is are you a graphic designer or a UX?
Yeah.
Is a graphic designer based in Australia?
The UK.
Okay. Based in the UK. She specializes in
Let's say editorial. That's where we're heading.
editorial. The vibe, the look and feel of this site should elicit tropical jungle
Yeah.
chic, tropical jungle chic.
Yeah. Or luxury was coming to mind. By the way, this is not my brand at all. I'm having some fun.
Yeah. Do you want a cheetah on a gold chain?
A jaguar.
Okay. Include
Why not?
a jaguar on a gold chain as part of the brand design. Ask, this is important. I always tell it to ask me questions like before it actually starts doing the work, because it gives it an opportunity to like reflect and come up with a better plan. So I'm going to say, ask me everything you need to understand in order to develop the most comprehensive plan to redesign this website to achieve the goal of getting more clients.
And I saw that you turned on the plan, so that means whatever you execute is not like, it's just kind of, you're playing around, so it's not using the credits, right? It'll only use the credits once you.
So it uses 1 credit every time you do plan. So you're using a credit, but it's constraining it, because if you don't do that, it could just start building and like it could use like 30 credits. So it's a really good idea to like, and this way you can also just make sure you're aligned. Like you can think of it a lot like working with an engineer or a contractor, where you want to like align on a scope of work before they get started, just to make sure that you're on the same page so that, you know, you're not wasting time. I think somebody tried to join the meeting and I don't know how to manage it. Oh, here we go. Admit one guest. Oh, Alex. How do I do it? Admit all. Okay. All right, so now it has some questions for us. What pages should the site have? A standard portfolio? We want to have extended with more details for clients? A single page site, or a portfolio with testimonials and case studies? What do we think?
I vote single page, but I'm also open to other people jumping in. Like, let's, yeah, have fun with it.
I think single page is the way to go. Like, don't complicate it. This is a simple thing. Everyone's busy. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it wants us to answer like what of these, all right, what service should be highlighted and what's the main call to action?
full design services and email link.
This one. All right.
Yeah.
And what color palette and how should the Jaguar what do we think?
I'm
I don't know.
curious on, yeah,
The
like
full jungle immersion? Or
they sound quite similar, don't they?
yeah, I know. We can
So-
also say something else. Like you could say, actually, I want hot pink jungle with like sparkles and a disco ball or something.
What if we said like
Insane.
cosmic jungle, or is that
Okay,
too vibey for it?
let's
I don't
try.
know what cosmic jungle is.
Let's see what I mean, honestly, it's like constantly surprising me. So let's see. Explore the theme of cosmic jungle. Let's say placeholders only. All right. Are we ready? Let's see what it does. We're vibing, guys. Or as my brother-in-law who just joined, he always says we're high vibing.
Hi everyone. Yes. Hi vibing. We got some rock star developers on this call. I see Janice DeAngelis. Wow.
Thank you,
I
darling.
mean, you should take over, Janice.
I wanted to
right.
see if this is actually so easy that Janice DeAngelis can do it. That was the goal.
Well, I feel like I'm learning Chinese. Seriously, but it's
Well,
interesting.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Did everyone go around and share what they wanted to vibe code once they got some skills?
Yeah, I mean, not to the biggest, like not every single person shared exactly what they want to build, but they did get to intro. If you want to say a quick
Well,
howdy.
I was just curious what Jared wants to make.
Did you share it? What you want to make, Jerry?
I haven't shared anything, but I'm actually I just started this process a couple weeks ago just to kind of learn it. And so I'm building an app using, not doing what you recommend. I'm not doing a PWA. I'm doing a React Native app, at least at the moment. But it's been really interesting. And I'm using a tool called Cursor to do most of it, but also a few other tools. But it's been a really fun experience. It's pretty incredible what it can do.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Well, we have been starting the process of working on a portfolio website for Terry, who's a graphic designer in the UK. And we wanted to see what Lovable would do with the prompt of doing a jungle themed portfolio with a jungle on a gold, or a jaguar on a gold chain. And we edited the prompt to tell it specifically to give it a cosmic jungle theme. So now we're reviewing Lovable's plan based on those instructions, and we're going to see if we need to make any changes before we have it get started.
Very nice.
Okay, so this is the color scheme. This is the site structure. This all sounds correct to me. So like this is amazing as a designer to have this complete control over your color schemes. And basically it's going to be telling the website to use this consistently across every element. So very cool. Typography, you can, change this. You can tell it, no, I don't want that, whatever. So yeah, it's really outlining every single thing it's going to do. The pages that it's going to build, any kind of functions it needs to build. And then it's also, as we were talking about, going to actually create the logo for you. So you don't even need to, do brand design. And then this is telling us how it's going to, make sure that it's responsive and works on mobile. So it also, it's open here as well. So here's a better view. So yeah, it's more or less giving you kind of a wireframe of what it's going to do. So I'm going to approve this. You could iterate with it at that step, but I don't want to right now.
I have a question for you, Nicole. What is your
Yes.
favorite thing to do while the AI is vibing? Other than sip on your tea.
It's so funny. Do you want to know what my favorite thing to do is?
Yeah.
As you just asked. It's to start working on another site. So I'll show you.
You got a couple going at once.
I'm a dork. Let me show you.
Wow. I like
show you.
this.
This is my favorite thing to do, is just to create more and more projects and to see what actually sticks and keeps my attention.
Amazing.
And then also to jump back and forth between other LLMs. So I've been working with ChatGPT. I've been working with Codex. I've been working with Gemini and Google Flow, which is like a image and video creation software platform, which is really fun, but also really hard to use. But you would probably really like it, Alex. Like you definitely should. You can add like reference stuff and then tell it to do stuff, and it will even like weave in audio. It's wild. Yeah, actually, I want to show you while you guys are waiting for it to do something. Google Flow, because my friend was like, hey, I have this idea, you should do it. And yeah, okay. So I needed to create a video for a promo, and I said, women and children coding in a brewery, and look at the diversity of what they put. Literally all Asian women and a pug. So this is what it does if you don't steer it, because it's not trained on real people. And then I said some women representing diverse mixed ages, and they're baking a cake.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. But I did make some fun stuff that are cool, like this. Let's see if this worked. Oh no, this is my ingredients.
And this one's fully free. You don't need tokens or anything like this.
You need tokens, but they give you a free trial. So like, look at how cool. These are all like famous artworks, and I just like animated them. So yeah, lots of stuff to play with.
You've
Mm-hmm.
got like an AI gymnasium going.
I do. It's silly. Okay, let's see. Oh. AI is the new all right, Terry, here's your Purple Jungle website. What do you think? I don't see jungle.
Sure. No, I don't see the wee jaguar. He looks more like some sort of, those like Japanese masks that they have in like, theater. But I'm already very impressed with, as you said, like steering it and, being able to then be like, okay, not like that, like this. I like, right. The designer part of me is a bit obviously spooked, because it's like, well, there goes my job. But equally, the creative in me is like, whoa, there's so many ways we can just bring what's in here to the page like so much quicker. And I'm kind of fizzy with that idea.
Yeah, I think that's what I was hoping that people would get out of this, is that like, this isn't like, these tools are just to like make you so much more effective and more dangerous. Because like, yes, anyone can use them, sure, but you saw that like look at what it just put out based on that direction. Like, that's not it. And you need a person with judgment and taste in order to like get it to the state where you're happy. And, if I showed you all of the iterations of the things that I've been working on, like the very first state is always pretty like mediocre. And that's what I think the majority of like software and stuff is going to be now, because so many people can do it. But so it's going to be more crowded, but then the things that actually like have huge, like good human judgment and taste baked in, I think are going to stand out and be more successful. So I think empowering designers in particular who are much more in touch with user experience and aesthetics, like you having access to these tools is going to make you so valuable. And I think it's a good opportunity. That said, do you want to work on the fitness app?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
As you transition, I just wanted to share something with Terry. As
Yeah.
someone who for over a decade built WordPress websites for a living and would always be presenting the estimates to the client, and at least half of the cost went into building the infrastructure, and then the fun stuff, actually making it look beautiful. That was kind of, I don't want to say the afterthought, but it was kind of, oh, so with something like this, you get to completely, not completely, but say it's just so much more can go into the work that you do. I mean, to see that sticky header just be built out of nowhere and all those options available in plain text versus just a ton of code, it just, now you're able to offer the clients so much more and just show so much of that engineering that they don't understand is just essentially like done for them. I mean, I wish this had been around 10 years ago when I was doing this, because it's such a painful experience to stand all that up. Jared worked in e-commerce, still works in e-commerce, right? So, I mean, getting those sites up.
Yeah, anyone that's like had to mess around with code knows it's such a pain in the ass. And then also just keeping it up to date and managing all of the infrastructure and all the tools that talk to each other.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah, like as things like, I know this is very, anyway, if you're not technical, I'm sorry, but if something like a PHP update happens, like how do they know that we're going to need to update that, or, you know?
So Lovable Cloud offers managed infrastructure. So all projects by default use that, but you can integrate with GitHub and push your code there and use any kind of host that you want and manage your infrastructure directly. But I just use Lovable's cloud and they manage it for you. But if you have any like external resources that you're using that you need to manage yourself, then you still have to do that.
One last question about maintenance. If the support, the primary level of support is AI driven, or can it get escalated to a real person, or okay.
It can get escalated. Yeah. And I've had to reach out a couple of times. One, when it hallucinated, like majorly and used up 100 credits, basically telling me it was doing something that was physically not possible because of a limitation of Lovable's platform. And I had to identify the documentation that stated it and give it to the Lovable agent and say, wait, why are you saying you can do this when it says in your documentation it's not possible? And then it was like, oh, I'm sorry. So then I shared that chat with, Lovable support, and they refunded my credits. And, I also gave them the feedback of like, well, the thing I'm trying to do, you should be supporting. And then another time, and then those credits were set to expire. So I reached out and I was like, and they extended it. So they're pretty supportive. All right. Anyway, so Valerie, tell us more about the requirements or expectations for this fitness tracking app.
Yeah. I mean, we can just keep it like really the scope pretty focused, but it would be an app that would be able to track progress or maybe just PRs for key movements. And there would be some sort of video visual of the movement, as well as a place to kind of see the progress of your progression for that movement. And maybe should we define what these key movements are?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, kind of key movements like bench press, deadlift, squat, bicep curl.
Running, is that a thing or no?
Running.
People run.
Yeah, but no, I think just keeping it tight. And then you'd be able to track the date, like each PR would have a date associated with it, and you'd be able to see that progression. And you would be inputting the weight, so then date would be the date that you've input.
Inputting the weight with
Yeah,
the date.
No, the date should be automatic, but you would kind of the only thing you would be doing, you would be selecting the movement, and then you would be inputting the weight. And then that should already be associated with the date.
User selects movement and weight, and date should be automatically associated. I don't know if I'm capturing this correctly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking through this as I'm talking. So.
Any questions you need answered for the best context need answered to create this app. Anything I'm missing or we should ask it to do?
I have a question. Is it going to be something that's like a Fitbit, like you'll have it on you and then you'll get the information on this website?
I think what we're doing now is you would just open up the application and input the data yourself. So it's not tied to a wearable like a Fitbit.
Eventually, maybe, you might have to build an API and get an engineer involved, but she could possibly do that if she liked what she built here.
I see.
All right, so we're going to have it create a plan like we talked about. We always plan first. Do you guys want to see a sneak peek of what I built for, gotta answer these questions. Never mind. Cool. PR performance tracker.
Oh.
It's kind of clever, with its own naming, right?
Okay.
Should users need to log in, or is this a single user app with local storage? So do you want them to have an account or only use it locally?
An account.
Okay. For the videos, do you want YouTube videos or GIFs or both?
Let's do both.
Okay. And for running, what unit should be tracked? Time, distance, or both? Probably both, right?
I don't. Do you have
Yeah.
running in there? I don't want running.
Okay.
But we can if it's already there. That's fine.
Okay. We'll say both.
Yeah, we'll say both.
Then this will be more useful for a broader audience.
Yeah.
How should progress be visualized? A line chart or history? Both chart. I usually do both and all of the above. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We're vibing, guys.
Who coined this term? Is it known?
Harvey.
Actually, oh my God, you guys, Alex's dad, I don't know if your dad sent you this too, Alex, but your dad sent me AI slop this morning.
Oh no.
With the babies?
Yes.
Isn't it cute?
No, I didn't. With our babies?
No.
Oh my God.
Just with what babies should eat.
Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. He gets excited about cute things.
I think he's cute.
I think no, I was like, I love it. No,
He actually was quite an early adopter of ChatGPT because he makes a lot
Yeah.
of flyers.
yeah.
And I think Lovable might be beyond his attention span, but he has good people around him that would like to build things around what he does. So I think this could be interesting to send to someone.
Yeah. Okay. Hello. Okay, I want to show you what I'm building for South by Southwest. It's so exciting. Oh, oops.
Maybe in the UK they don't know what South by Southwest is.
Everyone knows what South by Southwest is, don't they? Do you guys know what South by Southwest is? No?
Yes.
Everybody knows. Okay, so it's still doing work. We have to remember, like, this is basically doing the work of a full engineering team that would have taken a month. So we can't be like, oh, it's taking too long. Like, it's doing a lot of work right now. South by Southwest is an international festival for film, technology and music in Austin for a week. And it's coming up in a week and a half.
Next week.
Yeah.
Next week,
So one of the issues is there's so many fun things going on and it's hard to keep track of it. So I built an app where you can basically scrape an event from any source and add it to your calendar. And then I'm also curating a South by Southwest list of things that are happening that are interesting to do. So I'm going to be sharing this soon, but I have to button it up a little bit more. But I'll show you to give you a glimpse of everything that's happening, which is quite a lot. This is only like, I haven't even done very much yet in terms of curation, but you can see there's a lot. And these are all unofficial events, by the way.
Well,
so most
graphics just get scraped and formatted.
Yeah. How protected is this ID? Can I do it in Hungarian? Ah ha ha ha. Ha ha. No, it's intellectual property. It is a brand. I'm folding it under my brand Joy Loop. You could be a first user in Hungary and I would love that. And I might even compensate you. So reach out.
Tokens for
But
all.
if you steal my idea, I will send Donald Trump after you.
That's funny.
He's a little busy.
Yeah, this could be a good opportunity for all of us to pick up a craft like knitting, crocheting. You put it down, you get back to the vibe coding, you do a row, paint by number.
Exactly. You can even be like, hey, and you don't even need Lovable to do this, by the way, because I have something going on. So this is what I do. I will like have an idea and then I'll just drop it with one of my agents. So for example, I have a bunch of seed packets on my table, a lot, like 60 packets of seeds. So this is what I did. I dropped a photo of all of them.
That's amazing.
And I said, I just bought all these seeds. This is the date. I'm in Austin. Make a plan. So now it's telling me when and where I should plan it. So I don't have to fool around with like doing research and stuff. So this is like, people are like, oh, AI sucks. But like, if you use it for stuff that's not sucky, it doesn't suck. It's great.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So are we getting an error on this PR performance tracker?
It's asking me to log in first because I didn't tell it to. So like for my projects, it's just a good practice from a user experience and product growth is to tease the experience before you ask people to create an account, meaning that you have a landing page that shows what they're getting and ideally even lets them experience the product a little bit before you have to create an account. However, this is asking us to create an account. So honestly, I don't know exactly what this is going to do. But yeah, it does say it's creating an error. So it probably has something to do with this user account. We should have specified for it to use Google login. It's always like that's always the move. Never, ever, 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 ever use username and password because it's not secure. Okay. And I experienced that issue with Replit. My site got hacked. My whole database was deleted. I had to involve the CTO of Replit to get the database restored. So yeah, no email passwords. Okay, let's see what happens. And if you need to drop, I know it's an hour. I don't need to drop. I'm good.
I'm invested in this tournament.
All right, look, guys, we have a website with stuff.
Would you say these images are AI generated or are they pulled from copyright free?
That's a good question. I have no idea. But you can have it change it out for you. Like you could find an image on the web and upload it and say, I want to use this, or you could just say whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that that's a bench press.
I couldn't tell you because
Alex could tell you.
And then you can see the mobile view. So this is tablet and then this is mobile. So it lets you easily test across platforms. You know, you can have it make changes. As we talked about, I would, like we were talking about, have it do the Google login. So I'll just tell you how to do that. I want to swap the email password login with Google login and show the website content before requiring a user to log in. So I'm doing a plan so that it has to think about how it will do this.
And you learned all this from trial and error?
I learned all of this from trial and error and like crying to Brian and saying that I didn't want to work on Joy Loop anymore because it was so frustrating, and him being like, it's okay. You just have to pretend like it's a really stupid genius and this is how you do it.
Wow. Well, yeah, I mean, I can attest to, even when you're working with humans, you tell someone to design them a car, and if you don't tell them that you want windows in it, they're not going to put windows in it. So that's something
that's it. You have to be specific. I think you nailed it. They won't know to put windows on the car.
Yeah. I'm excited to try this. I mean, this is like, I'm just worried about all the time that I'm going to want to put into things.
I know it's the thing. Let me give you guys my little share code so that you can get extra credits or whatever.
And Lovable is the one that you're rallying behind at the moment?
Yeah, I'm all in on Lovable. I'm team Lovable. The only thing that I don't like about Lovable, how do I do chat?
Yeah, you'd think that would be a hotkey, right?
It's to the right, and there's a little.
Oh, I see.
Little message.
Okay.
Tomas has a question about credits, which I have also been kind of curious about. How many credits are people typically using on a project? I know that's kind of a general question.
The pro version is 100 credits per month. How quickly did you use those 100 credits? So, okay. When it was hallucinating, I used it up very quickly because it just like ate them because it was doing stuff that actually wasn't possible. So like basically it was on a treadmill. So however, with this drop-in website that you said you were going to steal, this took me about, I want to say probably about somewhere between 80 and 100 credits to do, something like that.
And what is the
For context?
cost of that?
I don't know, like $25. It's literally nothing compared to what you would pay a software development firm and like, you know, infrastructure provider. Okay, sorry, I keep toggling between things. All right, yay. Let's see. See. All right, so now we have sign in with Google. You can see the content before you have to log in. So it made those changes for us. So let's see if sign in with Google actually works. Voila, we have an app.
All right. Well, and then if you click into the deadlift section, which is obviously not the photo of a deadlift, but like what does it take you? Like where can you actually input? Will that?
So put in your weight. So 20 log PR. Is that what you want?
Sure. Yeah. Why
And then
not?
just right there, you'd be like, swap this photo out for an image, a
Or
video.
for a deadlift.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would probably do is just find like, I mean,
Photos.
either, yeah, or, yeah, exactly. Find photos or find videos, like, and you can put in a Google video or a YouTube link. And that's probably what I would do is just find good YouTube links.
That's
And then you
cool.
can also like be like, all right, also add in like, here, let's just do one thing that I think will be easy to do. I want you to add instructions for each listed exercise, including reps and progression plans.
Yeah.
I've got a vibe code nickname now. I'm going in. I got you your referral. I'm ready to do this.
You're high vibing.
Ooh, you know what can be interesting too? If you add in if you ask it to provide you a recommendation for a targeted PR based off of your like age and fitness level.
Okay.
Nikki,
What's a
thank you so
PR?
much. I'm gonna dive back into some of my other work and save this for a lunchtime little rodeo.
I'll
Excited
send
for everyone to try
over
this
the
out.
recording too if you want to.
Thank you. I'll catch up on that beginning time and wish everybody success with all of their dreams. And this really is powerful technology. And Janice, send me the app when it's done.
You got it.
Bye, guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. What does
Okay.
PR stand for?
Personal
Personal
record.
record.
Oh, duh.
So the other thing you wanted to say was provide a plan based on your age.
No, just like a targeted PR for each movement based on your age and fitness level.
Okay. So I would say that's probably going to be like a net new feature that you would want to iterate on. So I think what I will do is send you the link to this and you can kind of like take it from there and
Yeah, sure.
remix it and add to it. And then if you have questions along the way, yeah, you can reach out. And do you think you're going to be able to come on Sunday? There's it's a hackathon on the east side.
Will you
Yeah,
share the
sure.
details in the chat?
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, so you can work on it in between now and then I can see all the amazing progress that you made, and it'll be awesome. And Terry, there's probably one going on where you are as well.
Yeah, I'm signed up to one in London on Sunday.
Cool.
And I'm very, very grateful that I've come to this first to like get the introduction. I now feel like I can go there and yeah, make some magic and use the credits.
Amazing. Yeah, maybe you can teach too.
Yeah.
That's the best way to learn, is to teach. Look, you have a progression plan.
Oh, cool.
Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, no, that's super cool. Oh, yeah,
Like
start.
Yeah, like it's a starting place. The hardest thing with building anything is knowing where to start. And this provides a really good way to do that. That's not super daunting. So I'm going to share this recording as well as the links to these projects that you can remix, and my contact information, and you can reach out anytime, and feel free to ask any questions before we jump off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hosting this, Nicole. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for joining.
All
Thanks
right.
for participating.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Nikki, this was great.
Aw, thanks.
I'm blown away. I'm sitting here
Oh.
going, are we still being recorded?
I'll unrecord it.
No, seriously, Nikki. This
I
is
need to.
great.
Oh, you're cute.
You're so knowledgeable, honestly. I felt like I was
Okay.
listening to Chinese.
We can talk later. Let's talk
Okay.
later. All right.
Bye-bye.
I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.